They tell you life is simple, that you follow the rules, do what's expected, and everything falls into place. But what they don't tell you is that the rules are designed to keep you in line, to make sure you never ask the real questions. Questions like, who made these rules? Or, why do I need to follow them? See, the truth is, the rules aren't there to protect you. They're there to control you, to keep you from realizing just how much power you really have. They want you to believe that you're powerless, that you need them to show you the way, to guide you through life. But that's the lie. The only person who can guide you is yourself. And that's what they fear the most. People who think for themselves, who don't need permission to act, to break free from the system they've created. That's the real threat. Not chaos. Not anarchy. But freedom. Freedom is terrifying to them because it's unpredictable. It doesn't follow a script, doesn't fit into their neat little boxes, and they can't have that. They need you to stay afraid, to stay small, to believe that the world is too dangerous without their guidance. But what if you're not afraid? What if you refuse to play by their rules? They'll call you reckless. They'll say you've lost your mind. But the truth is, you are the only one who's really awake. Everyone else, they're just sleepwalking through life, following orders, staying in their lanes. And that's exactly what they want. Because if you wake up, if you start questioning everything, their entire system starts to crack. But freedom comes with a price. You can't just wake up and expect everything to be easy. No. The moment you open your eyes, you'll see the world for what it really is. A battlefield. A place where only the strong survive. And you have to become strong. Not the kind of strength they teach you about in school. The kind that comes from following the rules. Playing it safe. I'm talking about real strength. The kind that comes from embracing the chaos. From walking into the storm instead of running from it. Pain. It's part of the process. Struggle. It's where you find your true power. They'll tell you to avoid pain, to seek comfort, to find balance. But balance, that's just another word for mediocrity. There's no growth in balance, no evolution. The only way to evolve is to destroy who you are today, so you can become something greater tomorrow. And that takes pain. That takes struggle. They don't want you to understand that. They want you to think pain is something to be avoided at all costs. But pain is the teacher. It's the only thing that will push you to your limits, force you to face your fears, to look in the mirror, and confront the person staring back at you. And once you face that person, once you've stared into the abyss and didn't blink, you'll realize that you are unstoppable. But here's the thing. They'll never stop trying to pull you back in. The moment they see you stepping out of line, they'll do everything they can to drag you back. They'll throw every label at you, call you a rebel, a villain, someone who can't be trusted. And maybe they're right. Maybe you are a villain, but that's only because you refuse to be a pawn in their game. Villainy isn't about doing evil. It's about refusing to be controlled. It's about rejecting the script they've written for you and writing your own story instead. And that's what they fear. They fear those who aren't afraid to step outside the lines, who aren't afraid to create chaos, because chaos is where new things are born. So, embrace the chaos. Let it fuel you. Let it tear down everything that's holding you back. Because in the end, it's not the ones who play by the rules who win. It's the ones who break them. The ones who aren't afraid to destroy the old so they can build something new. But don't expect them to understand. They'll never see the world the way you do. They're too invested in the system, too comfortable with the lie they've been living, and that's fine. Let them have their comfort. He went to one publicans. Upton. Hey, don't he miles bounce. Let them stay safe in their little bubbles while you set the world on fire. Because that's what real power is. It's not about control. It's about freedom. It's about embracing the unknown, the unpredictable, and knowing that no matter what happens, you'll come out the other side stronger, sharper, more dangerous than ever before. You don't need their approval. You don't need their permission. All you need is to remember who you are. The rules, they don't apply to you. The limits they've set, they're illusions designed to keep you small, to make you believe that you're not capable of more. But you are. You've always been more. You've just been waiting for the moment to wake up, to realize that the world is yours for the taking. So take it. West. For one, two, one, ten. Touch the what in town. Show it down to China. And let. Take everything they said you couldn't have. Be the villain in their story, if that's what it takes. Because villains, they don't ask for permission. They don't wait for someone to give them what they want. They take it. And when they do, they never look back. Now, but here's the thing. You can't just take what you want without consequences. They'll try to make you pay for it. They'll push back, try to knock you down, try to break you. But the truth is, they're terrified. Terrified of what you've become. Because once you realize your own power, once you understand that you're not bound by their rules, they can't control you anymore. And people fear what they can't control. That fear, it's their weakness. And your strength is that you've learned to embrace it. You've learned to feed off their fear, to use it to fuel your fire. And with every step you take, with every rule you break, you grow stronger while they grow weaker. They'll say you've gone too far, that you've lost your way. But they don't understand. This is the way. The only way to truly live is to break free from the chains they've wrapped around you. To walk your own path, no matter how dark, no matter how dangerous. You see, most people are afraid of the dark. They're afraid of what they can't see, of the unknown. But you? You've made the darkness your home. And no too. That's indeed. You don't just survive in the shadows, you thrive. Because in the dark, there are no rules, no expectations, no limits. It's just you and the raw, unfiltered truth. And that truth, it's brutal. It'll tear you apart, rip away every illusion you've been clinging to. But it will also set you free. Free from the lies, free from the chains, free from the need to be anything other than what you are. And what you are. You're unstoppable. Why? But they'll keep coming at you. They'll try to drag you back into the light, back into their world of comfort and control. They'll say it's for your own good, that you need the light to survive. But that's another lie. The light blinds you. It hides the truth, softens the edges, makes you forget who you really are. They don't want you to remember. They want you to stay asleep, to stay weak, to stay dependent on them. Because as long as you need them, they're in control. But the moment you wake up, the moment you realize that you don't need them, that you never needed them, that's when you become dangerous. And being dangerous, that's the only way to truly live. You can't be safe and powerful at the same time. You can't be comfortable and free. Freedom requires risk. It requires sacrifice. It requires stepping into the unknown and trusting that you have the strength to survive whatever comes next. That's the thing about power. It's not about being the strongest, the fastest, the most feared. Real power comes from knowing that no matter what happens, you will never stop. You will never give up. You will never back down. They can throw everything at you. Pain, fear, doubt, chaos. And you'll still rise. Because you've learned the secret. But the secret they don't want you to know. The secret that all the greats have known. I might intuited that the darkness, and it's not your enemy. It's your ally. It's the place where you strip away everything that's holding you back, where you confront your deepest fears, your darkest thoughts, and emerge stronger than you ever thought possible. They'll never understand that. They'll always fear the darkness, always run from it. But you? About the tolerance. You run toward it. Because you know that the darkness isn't something to be feared. It's something to be embraced. It's where you find your true self, where you discover your real strength. And that strength, it's limitless. It's the kind of strength that can't be bought, can't be taught. It's earned, forged in the fires of pain and struggle. And once you have it, no one can take it from you. But don't expect them to understand. Don't expect them to applaud your transformation, to celebrate your strength. No, they'll resent you for it. They'll fear you for it. They'll do everything they can to tear you down, to drag you back to where you were before. But you won't go back. You can't. Because once you've tasted real power, once you've felt the freedom of being truly alive, there's no turning back. So let them talk. Let them judge. Let them try to stop you. None of it matters. Because you've seen the truth. Out. You've embraced the chaos, embraced the darkness, and in doing so, you've become something they'll never understand. Something they'll never be able to control. And that's the greatest power of all. The power to be truly free. To live without fear, without limits, without the need for anyone's approval. To walk your own path, even if it leads you into the unknown, into the fire, into the storm. Because you know that no matter what happens, you'll survive. You'll thrive. You'll rise. They'll never stop trying to pull you back. They'll keep whispering in your ear, telling you that you need to slow down, that you need to be careful, that you're going too far. But they're wrong. You're not going too far. You're just going where they're too afraid to follow. And that's why you'll win. That's why, in the end, you'll rise above them all. Not because you're better, not because you're stronger, but because you're willing to go where they want. You're willing to face the darkness, to embrace the chaos, to walk through the fire. And when you do, you'll come out the other side unstoppable. Because that's what real power is. It's not about controlling others. It's about controlling yourself. It's about mastering the fear, the doubt, the chaos inside you, and turning it into fuel. Fuel for the fire that burns within you, the fire that drives you forward, no matter what. So let them say what they want. Let them believe what they need to believe. You know the truth. You know that the pain, the struggle, the chaos, it's all part of the process. It's all part of becoming who you were always meant to be. and who you're meant to be. That's up to you. I know. It's the mob, and there's the Danish too. Shh. Not them. I know. She owns. Not the rules. I can't. Not the system. Just you. So go ahead. What tunes? I tell me see. Or also not tune. For I say. Break the rules. Pantin. Down. I know. But at early phones. Embrace the chaos. Walk into the storm. Yeah. And when the dust settles, when the smoke clears, you'll be the one left standing.